Okay.
Okay, great. How about Meg or Jackie, you could click on the chat and share something with us in the chat. The rest of you too can click chat. I think, is it in your lower right-hand corner maybe?
Yeah.
Click on that and they can add something. While they're doing that, I can share too. I'm looking for lots of things, but one of the things I've been finding a lot of great stuff on is STEM activities. To integrate into especially elementary grades. That's one of the pushes that we're doing this year too, is that we really want to focus on having STEM at the lower grades, starting them young, and just so they're kind of used to that kind of thinking and activities as they go through, and it'll stick with them hopefully throughout their high school and college careers possibly. So I'm looking for a lot of STEM stuff there. I also have been posting a few of my things, which I'm going to try and do more often, because I think, and I want to know if anybody, I'll pose a question to you guys too, but I think a lot of times we think of Pinterest as a place that we can get, but it's also a place that we should also share. So has anybody out there shared anything on Pinterest before? Posted anything?
Nope.
That's what I challenge you to do. Okay? If you post something on Pinterest and point me to it, share it with me, I'll give you another attendance point, okay? There's your challenge. And maybe chocolate. I don't know. We'll see. But
and you'll give what now? One more time? What'd you say? I want to make sure I heard this again the correct way.
One more attendance point. It's up to you. But no, I'd love to see. That's one thing we think about Pinterest is that, you know, it's a place for us to get instead of just a place for, we should be posting our stuff too, you know, because that's how we get all that great stuff is other people sharing. And so we got to share too. Sorry, I'm getting all over the place. I have a feisty dog here. But so that's what my challenge to you. And that's something that I'm going to try and do too between now and the end of the school year, is to really start beefing up my profile so that, you know, so that I am someone that, you know, someone might want to follow if I have some good ideas, which, you know, mainly they're just Nancy's. I just steal them, put my name on them. So it's all good.
I like to give me credit there at least. Yeah.
Ooh, well, see, I'll pay all these guys off with that chocolate to keep quiet, so it's fine.
Meg, I see here you're talking about Scholastic. Do you actually search Scholastic, or is it more of the a Pinterest topic? So I was just picking up here. You got an email from Scholastic, so I just thought I'd pick up on that. And Jackie, you're talking about Laura Chandler. Do we know, is that just a person, or is that an elementary level, high school? You know, I don't know.
When you're done with your bath, you can go.
Must be more of your level, maybe.
I like that Jackie's like, surely you jest about posting. That's a good thing.
But you know what's funny? You're right in that kind of thing, that we have a tendency to just keep looking and looking, but not share back. I mean, I'm just as guilty as the rest. I look and I use a lot, but I don't use a lot of things to put my stuff back out there.
Yeah, and something I've noticed that they started doing in the last couple of months, I don't know if other people have noticed this, maybe it's just because I use it too much, but when I go through my pins, it'll say picked for you. So some things, like if I'm researching pins on rocks, then the next day I'll go on my board and I'll see on my news feed that, oh, picked for you, it says, you know, here's an activity on rocks. Well, it's kind of handy because I never really searched it. It just popped up. So it kind of sees what you're interested in and then gives you ideas too. So
smarter things to follow. It's getting a little bit smarter with your choices.
Yeah, I agree with you, Amy. I get a lot of those types of things based on what I look for. It's just based on what I've been at, you know, previously. So that is helpful, unless, of course, you stray off and get into something you like instead of what is educational.
Well, true. You know, one of the things that kind of got me back into Pinterest after several years being away from it is I mean, truth be told, I gained 10 pounds last year back that of what I lost, so I'm trying to lose it, and so I'm back on Weight Watchers, and so what did I do? Went back to Pinterest, looked up recipes. There's a ton of them. And then I went there again, I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot about all this other stuff. And oh yeah, I forgot about all these great resources for teaching and education and engaging learners and all that stuff. So I mean, it was truly because I had gained too much weight and that I needed help, so I turned to Pinterest. But so I mean, that's something to think about too. I mean, there's so many things to share there, and I know like my sisters and my sister-in-law want the recipes that I've been using too. So I do have a Weight Watchers board on mine, and I'm just gonna point them to that because that's where, you know, rather than trying to print them off or, you know, give them to them that way, I'm gonna share it via Pinterest. I'm home alone here, so I'm kind of stuck with him.
Mary, do you want to talk a little bit about your class on Pinterest this summer?
Yes, it's going to be tons of fun. I'm telling you that right. I mean, my whole motivation for my classes this summer is fun. I mean, truly. We're going to be going through and looking at and time to explore Pinterest and the things that you're interested in, and using Pinterest then to get ideas to create a couple lessons. We'll develop the lessons. You'll also be posting your own information and stuff too, so you'll be contributing to Pinterest and then working at following good quality people on Pinterest to start building your personal learning network too. So it's going to be a lot of fun and we'll get a lot accomplished, but Pinterest will turn out to be a great like workhorse for you, and then also be a place for you to post the great things we're doing, because we all do great things. It's just we don't always think about it. It's just like what we do, but other people want to see and hear what we're doing too, so that they can also, you know, integrate things into their classroom too. So it's a great, it'll be fun.
I would have to agree with you, Mary. I think that our staff is doing a lot of great things, but I don't think we get credit for it because we don't share. We don't put it out there for the public to see. And so this would be one way to, you know, share the little things you're doing, because I know there's a lot of neat things going on and the public just doesn't. And it's not that we need the community to see it, but I mean just the global community. I think we need to get the word out that you have this idea or that idea, and it doesn't have to be this big flamboyant thing. It's just, you know, everyday things that help the kids.
And sometimes it's just, and you've seen that too on Pinterest, I'm sure everybody too. Sometimes it's just that little tiny thing that you're like, oh man, I wish I'd thought of that. That's going to make my life so much easier, you know? And so it is the little things that matter and make a difference. And so that's why I'm like, you know, challenging you to think of something that's really been beneficial to you that you do in your classroom and post it. You know?
Well, even like Deb was talking about, bulletin board ideas. If you take a quick snapshot and put it out there, somebody else might go, oh, that's, you know, I could do this or change it to that or use those colors or, you know, and Carla was talking about all the different home ec type, or not home ec anymore. It's, you know, family consumer science type things. But, you know, if you just tweak it, or that you're using a certain thing and you just added this element. I mean, it's just a matter of sharing so somebody else can pick up of your ideas. And kind of like what we were just seeing here with Deb sharing the Scholastic idea, or that Jackie was talking about, you know, somebody to follow. Just the fact that you found it helpful, the next person goes, oh, let's just follow that person because they didn't know who to follow. So just the little things you can help will build somebody else's network.
Exactly. Okay, so look back to the chat too. It looks like Jackie's telling us that Laura Chandler is an elementary, but she does all levels. And I can't see all of the chat from Meg here either. Can you see that, Nancy?
She says I haven't looked at it yet, but she just got an email to follow Scholastic, so that must be kind of something new that they're pulling up with. Question is, how do we actually share? How do we share something we found? How do we pin it or put it up there?
You can.
So maybe can we share your screen and you can go through the basic, because like you said, a lot of us steal, but we don't share.
Sure. Let me go ahead.
I should say use. but don't share.
We're Catholic, we borrow.
We borrow.
So I'm going to try and share my screen here, you all. Okay. And I'm just going to go to Pinterest here. And I'm going to try and move some of this stuff out of the way here. I've got the chat up and you folks up, so I'm going to kind of move you out of the way a little bit. There
If
we
you have a question, I have the chat up, so I will try to bring it up to Mary's attention. So if you have a question, go ahead and type it into the chat.
I have to tell you all a story, and I think I shared this last week too, that the first time I was trying out Pinterest app, I was on my iPad and I mistakenly took a picture of my legs, and the next thing I knew, I posted my legs. So I haven't used the app in a long time, so I wouldn't recommend you do that either necessarily. But you can take it down right away too. But so under this tab here, and also when I sent out the first email, there's a good email or a good YouTube video about how to go through and navigate through Pinterest and stuff too. So there's all the different categories here, but you can also then, search for more specific things in the search bar and stuff too. And then underneath me here are my boards and my pins that I have. And again, these are mostly what I've borrowed. And truth be told, just yesterday, I deleted the one on haircuts because I did use Pinterest to decide what my next haircut would be, which is the one I have now. So Pinterest can help so many things. You can edit your profile too. Some folks go in there and really put in a lot of information about themselves and that kind of thing. So that would also kind of helps you to know who to follow. And then there's like this number one here by the announcements type of thing. There's messages and things that lets you know who started to follow you and who's pinned your pins and that kind of thing. So I'm trying to think where I need to go for creating my own pin. I'm drawing a blank right now. What did I do? Help out. Is there anybody's got point me in the right direction? Any of you folks out there?
I think if you have your own photo, like in your phone or somewhere on your computer, you can on my phone, I can just put share to Pinterest and it creates a new pin.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's there.
Yeah, because even if I do, because if I'm at a website, okay, let's do this. Let me go to my Symbaloo first, and I'll go to my website that I have. Here.
Obviously, this is a great question because we're all struggling with it.
Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do then, see, I have the Pinterest extension right here. Do you guys see that up the top of my bar there with a P?
Yeah.
I got that at the App Store because I'm on Chrome, or I got it at the web store. So if I click this, I'm going to pin this website. This is my website. And so it's asking me to choose this, save it as a pin. So I'm going to click pin it.
So you're saying we have to have that app or that extension in the Chrome, so we have to use the Chrome browser?
Not necessarily. Other web browsers will let you go ahead and do it too. It is not letting me. There it goes. Okay. And so now I can decide what board I want to put that in. So for instance, I'm just going to put it in tech stuff because that's kind of where the category goes. It's too small. Choose a larger image and try again. Okay, so it's not liking my image that I have. So maybe I could take a screenshot of it too and put it in there. Let me try again. Let's see. Sorry. My little, Elizabeth, it's my little app that I track my kids on. Elizabeth is in the neighborhood. She'll be entering the house soon. So I wonder why it won't let me, it's saying 48 by 48. Can I make that bigger? So when I click on it then.
Looks like we might have to do a little legwork on how to
do this,
because a lot of them have, like you said, I've seen that where you can just add it quickly and easily. But this is obviously a good question. I mean, maybe it's the website that you're using. Maybe we should try a different website and see if it pins better.
Let me try another Symbaloo site or something. And it's not mine, really, but, you know, I have this other one, but it's the same thing. It's the same kind of website. Huh.
Okay.
Should I just try to Pinterest? I'm just going to try and post my Pinterest or my Symbaloo here. See if that'll work. Choose a pin. So if I click that. Yes, Elizabeth, come on in.
Now you probably are you getting a time limit here, Mary? Because I see it's 7:41. I don't know how much you got left on your Zoom.
Yeah, I'll check here. Okay, that one went. Did you guys see that? So it was just the picture size. So now.
So this took the full website, where the other one, even though it was a website, wasn't taking the full website.
Must have been. So now if I go under my tech stuff, I got to move you out of my way here. Nancy, you're in my way. Shocking. There it is.
Go ahead. Shift me.
Do you see that now? It's right here. That's what I pinned. So now if I click on that and I visit the site, it takes you to my Symbaloo page.
So we're finding out that even though you're a techie, we still sometimes have to try 2 or 3 things. So the first try may not work the way you expect.
Exactly.
Now, what about, is anybody out there that knows, besides the extension, because I don't have the extension on my toolbar, is there any other way to share on Pinterest without the extension?
Looks like we better find that out and share it out.
I didn't hear anybody jumping in with an answer.
Yeah. I'm going to stop sharing my screen then, because we are getting a little low on time. I got the 10-minute or less warning. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Find my left here. Hold on. It should tell me, right? Yeah.
So does anybody else have questions of how to use Pinterest or other things besides how to share, which we obviously need to spend time on? But is there other things that maybe we should focus on for maybe another session besides how to share?
I just want to clarify. If I figure out how to share and take a picture of my bulletin board, you're going to give me an hour of credit.
Yep.
I'll figure it out, and I will post it on here for you.
There you go.
That's worth an hour for me.
Well, it's good. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's about, and that's one of the things we're trying to do in these sessions too. Is, you know, we don't want to come on here either like we know everything and all the answers. It's about a collaboration amongst all of us. That's why we'd like to have this be more of a discussion forum, and you guys investigating and doing things on your own a little bit too, and taking risks. Like, if I figure this out, you know, and if you get in the trenches and you are spending, you know, some time and you still haven't figured it out, you know, you can always call us and we'll figure it out with you, you know. And so that's what we're kind of challenging you guys to do, is to, you know, to try some of the stuff on your own too, and then we can share together. Because, I mean, Nancy and I are as busy as you guys, if not more too, sometimes. And it's, you know, we need to do this all collaboratively. The more we can share with each other, the better we're going to learn from each other. So, I mean, that's what we're here for. So I'd still like to continue these and keep going with the discussions and stuff.
Now, Deb, I want to draw your attention to the chat room, because Jackie is requesting.
What would Jackie like?
I like it.
There you go. So she's going to learn too. So
Jackie and I will collaborate.
there you go.
Both get an hour.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get the
You got
community
it.
together.
Yep.
Let's help each other out. That's awesome. Perfect. Yep. And, you know, I'm going to put another challenge to you. If you create your own and you do go out and show somebody else how to do it, I'll give you another credit, another hour.
Well, I need one more for this year. So.
Well, So someone else can use that.
That's right. I mean, because that's all part of sharing our knowledge
Yeah.
out there and helping each other out. So, I mean,
I think
you all.
we have to do a lot more of that when we figure something out, to share it with others. Because I have a tendency to, I know me, I have a tendency to stay in my own little domain and try to share it here and there, but not share it as a community so other people can use it. So I think we have to do more of that.
absolutely, for sure. Okay, we only have like 6 minutes left. Is there anything else anybody would like to topic they'd like to talk about or anything before we close it out for the night?
How about ideas for things that you might be interested that we haven't even touched base on? I mean, Pinterest seems to be a common. Is there something else we could do virtually that you might have an interest or a need that we could do virtually?
I thought I'd throw it out there that I'm taking a Pinterest class. It's all online starting March 30th. So if I figure out any easy ways to upload our own pins, I'll be sure to let everybody know.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's about 6
Absolutely.
extra tech hours, Mary.
you got it.
There you go, Amy.
Overachiever.
Right. Love those overachievers. Awesome.
Well, if you think of some things that we could do virtually, you know, this is awesome to be able to share, but we want to make sure we deal with your needs. So send it Mary's way. And she will
the
do
box
a
there.
virtual meeting.
Yeah, and I'll
Like
try
that,
to
Mary?
make these grilling up so that we can start a little sooner. Either that, or we'll just have to have him make something for all of us. So,
All right.
okay. Well, yeah, as we said, if there's anything you guys can think of, discussion things, you know, we can discuss certain topics. We can brainstorm ideas. You know, even if we want to have one on, you know, technology lesson. If you're struggling with coming up with an idea for your technology lesson or something, we could do some brainstorming on that too, of coming up with different ideas, or you know, maybe we could all work together as far as like, you know, I don't know how to do it, you know, that kind of thing too.
Well, maybe we could do just a generic. I see Jackie says she really likes Zoom rather than sitting in a room after school. So maybe we should just do a session where we brainstorm some ideas of ways to put technology in the classroom, or ways to teach digital citizenship, or ways to do assessments, or whatever that tech lesson includes.
You know,
So,
that's
Anyway, it looks like we're going to get kicked off pretty soon here. So.
yeah, that sparks a thought of mine too. Because after we did the clarity survey, I was researching that, and one of the areas we need to work on is online assessments. So maybe that's something we can talk about, is how can we do more online assessments and stuff like that. So that'll be great. Okay. Well, I was late getting in here, and I was actually late starting the recording on this as well. So
Fire you from this job.
I'm glad that I don't have to pretend to be perfect around you folks, because I'd really disappoint you otherwise. But hey, nobody's perfect. So anyway, we'll post this lovely video and we'll go from there. So I'll have another, I think I have another virtual one scheduled, not next week because of conferences, but I think the following week. I'll let you guys know, but we've got several coming up here to kind of, because I know folks are trying to get their hours and stuff in. So pass the word. You know, if they get on Pinterest and they post something and share with me, I'll give them a point. What the heck?
And send your ideas. If there's certain topics you want to throw around virtually, send it to Mary.
Nice. All right, guys. I'm going to let everybody go then. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you when I see you, hopefully virtually next time.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.